Planner besties and busy bees, never let it be said that I cannot admit when I am wrong, because I was certainly wrong about this July cloth and paper box. Let's get right into it after my theme music. Woo! I wanted to talk through the July intention box. I know I said that I wasn't going to become an unboxing channel. However, there's been a lot of conversation in the planning and journaling community about the changes that are coming up with the cloth and paper intention boxes. So I thought I would walk through the July contents of the box, go over each of the items. I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to try to watch the length of the video. And let's just really get into it. The good, the great, and the potentially ugly. Well, maybe not ugly, but some of the items left me with a question mark. If this is the kind of content that you're interested in, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a neighbor and a friend. It is the only way that busy bees like you and me will ever take notice of my teensy tiny channel. Also, leave a comment below. I answer every single one. All right, let's get into it. I do have a few things on my desk that I often have near me while I plan. This is just a home goods flower. I was thinking about Prince and the artist formerly known as. I've been revisiting the 80s and some of my favorite artists when I was a little girl. So have this purple sort of, it's not even silk, but it's a cute little desk accessory. You may wonder why I always have this when I'm up in my bedroom. This is a paperweight. It's an apple, and as someone who's been a teacher or a professor for almost 30 years, that's something that I like to have with me. I love a good white marble, and in the rest of my bedroom, it makes sense. This is, oops, I'm punching Mr. Stanley with my ring here. Some words to live by. Y'all, I'm an exennial, so the whole live, love, laugh vibe, I know that it is so cringeworthy for people 15, 20 plus years younger than me, but hey, you'll deal. I need the words to live by. A pen just in case I need to write anything. As always, Mr. Stanley is holding me down, and I am loving, and this is not a paid sponsorship at all. I ended up, you'll see me say this in a few upcoming videos. I got this at a meeting. So I was at a meeting recently, and one of my friends runs a nonprofit. She had some extras of this Dove Body Love beauty cream, and oh my goodness, your hands are hydrated, they're not sticky or oily, and they smell like the pink Dove beauty bars that I remember my grandmother using back in the day. But it's such a comforting smell, especially given everything that's been happening here and around the world during this month of July. So let's get into it. I'm going to take a little I'm going to take a little sip of Mr. Stanley. So and then I really want to give an honest review of this intention box. Over the past 18 or 19 months since I started this channel, I will confess I have definitely been a fangirl for a cloth and paper. I love this business. They are a small business, Southern, Black woman owned, young, millennial, progressive, uh, minimalistic luxury. So I love what they do. I do think that given the era that we live in, many things are changing for small businesses, and small businesses are doing what they need to do in order to survive. That being said, I do think that having some kind of a forum or some kind of means or mechanism for loyal customers to perhaps give a little feedback, particularly as we're moving from the monthly intention box to a quarterly box, will be key, I think. I have no intentions of stopping any subscriptions. I plan to roll right from the monthly boxes to the quarterly boxes, although I'll be a little sad not to get that rush every month. I think that potentially this can help me not just accumulate things. I love a video by Lori Ann Tata, I think that's her last name, who is in the stationery and journaling and pen community, I think. I love her video. She was talking about moving from being a collector to a creator or a creative. And I think that's really the key for many of us going forward. So let's get into it. It is July 17th, and I think my box came on the 14th or 15th, which isn't so bad. This is a listing of everything that is in the box. I'm sure you have watched other reviews and reviewers by now, so I'm going to let you go ahead and take a screenshot if this is where you're getting your July intention box information from. All right. And then I'm just going to lay everything out because it's just easier that way. So we have some inserts, we have some stickers, which we'll get into. We have some pencils in our monthly writing tool set. We do have a couple of dashboards. We have a personal wide metallic planner, a pencil box. We have planner rings because you need those. We have a new ruler. I am very excited about this. I really do like their rulers. Let me make sure I'm not talking into the box and I'm talking into the mic. Let's see, we have our journaling card. We have another journaling card, which I think is going to get some traction in my planner. And then we have our photo slides. So, yeah, that's it. I don't know that we received one of their envelopes in this box. I haven't taken anything out. And let me see if... No. So the envelope that I'm mentioning or referring to is a vellum envelope that we typically... Let me move my body love off screen. Usually your freebies or your journaling cards come inside one of those inserts and or envelopes, not one of the inserts, one of the envelopes. And for some reason this box or the boxes don't have that anymore. And I mean, it's fine. Typically, this would have gone in one of those envelopes. Sometimes they'll give you some sample stickers. Often it's a freebie for ordering something beyond the box. So, yep, this is what the box is going to be for July. So let's get into everything. The first that we have is the new photo slide. It is a pencil box photo slide. So we're going to get into this. And I think it's funny because they're trying to show you where to put it. And I think for many of us, especially those of us who ordered other items or from the common thread, I ordered from common thread, And then there was a recent collection that I did not get a chance to order from in time, and I think they ran out of slides. It was the one with the saffron slides. So, that collection was really for the 2027 inserts. I never ordered 2020 inserts in June or July, so that wasn't for me. All right, so here is what we have. As you can see, it says, what holds? So you do have, is that a window? I don't know what the top is. And then we have some pencils. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying the photo slides. I am team no skips, so I am not going to miss any of my photo slides this year. We have been told that when we go to quarterly, we'll get 2 photo slides in the November box. We will get both the November and the December photo slides in the big November quarterly box. So I think that'll be really interesting. So I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to go into the frosted pencil box. So normally I unbox things off camera because it takes so long otherwise, but I'm going to just slip out my handy dandy scissors and we're going to just unbox it here. So this is an item that I'm particularly excited about because I am one of the people who have been telling folks in the groups that I use some of Cloth and Paper's items to travel with. For instance, they gave us a planner caddy some time ago, and I travel with that. So I know that's not the intended use, but I love it because it will pack flat and I'm able to slip it into my suitcase and all is well. That being said, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do the same thing with this. When they first announced it, I thought maybe it would be a case that would collapse and sort of be portable, but it is a hard case. And I do think that this is going to be great. People have been saying they'll put pens and pencils here, makeup brushes. I think that's a great use for this. There are just a number of ways that you can use this pencil case, and I do love the triangle shape. Being a Delta, it just makes me smile. Not Delta Airlines, an alumni member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So any subtle nod in my own mind, I know Cloth and Paper did nod at us, but you know, that's a triangle for most, it's a Delta for me. Also, one thing that is lovely about this shape, as I pointed out during a happy hour live, is that it doesn't roll around the table. So yeah, overall, I will find a place to use this, whether it's for pen and pencil storage or if an inspiration strikes at another time. So, all right, so those are the dimensions. Happy with this item. All right, the next item on the list is the Personal Toolkit dashboard. So this is the only dashboard that we get in our chosen size, or item that we get in our chosen size. So people weren't happy about that, and I'm in 2 minds about that. I would like to get more half letter items in my box, and also I have a ton of half letter items. So I didn't necessarily need a whole lot more half letter. I do like this. I think it's really neat. And let me not unbox it, but take the plastic off. Again, this is something I usually do before I film. Let's see here. Some of that humming you hear in the background is because we've had some pretty huge wildfires here where I live, and or just north of where we live. And so because I live with asthma, I have my fans as well as my air purifiers going. So, all right, I kind of like this. Collection is usually based on memory and dissociation. Curation helps us reflect on what we might value in ourselves, what one might notice about this passive action of collecting versus curating, something that Lorianne was talking about in her video, is the appearance of both subconscious selection and conscious need. I am thinking about this, and maybe this is meant to be words of wisdom for us all. This is sort of like the manila envelopes that we used to use in schools and colleges and universities before email. We still have them. Once in a blue moon, you'll get something in an envelope like this. It usually was not this color. It would be like manila. So, and I don't know, there's a whole story or a YouTube video that tells you why they were called that. But sort of they're a very light yellow-orange envelope. And they were generally inter-office or inter-school or campus communications. I'm sure that those of you who are corporate folks, you may remember them if you're of a certain age. Over the past 10 to 15 years, these have been phased out. And since this year's theme has all been about analog, I get that cloth and paper is bringing that back. So I like that item. All right. The next item that we have are planner rings, 1 inch. So I already have some planner rings, but since these are specifically meant for this planner, I think that's what it is, or the cover set for the personal white planner. These are the planner rings that Cloth and Paper began giving us about a year ago so that you could flexibly move between rings and discs. Now, I'm a disc-bound girly. However, I have a huge change coming up. LV did a gorgeous GM monogram Dune cover, so it was just pretty. And so, like a lot of other luxury agenda and stationery aficionados, I couldn't pass it up. So I am going to try being in rings this fall. I'm pretty sure I'll go back to disc eventually. I wish they had done it as a desk agenda, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to prepare this to slip the cover in because I bet this is next. So the only thing about it is I usually don't like stationary rings very much because I grew up with binders. I think younger people romanticize trapper keepers. Gen X does kind of, but those of us who know, we know that the rings, the rings would get misaligned, especially because if I'm remembering correctly, trapper keeper rings were plastic, but even metal binder rings, the misalignment was something that was totally annoying. So let's see. And then another thing about these rings is that you can't just open them all at once. So yeah, that's just noting. All right, the next that we have, our listing is interesting. We're kind of jumping across functions. All right, so this is a journal, journaling card set. So excited about that. I do like the minimalist and non-abstract cards, so you can sort of dress these up or dress them down. So you'll see. You'll realize what doesn't serve you gets left behind. That's pretty cool. Okay. This is one I probably will. I get it. There are some people, this is their style. I've already spoken about sort of small print and being someone with almost low vision, not quite, how difficult that can be to read. And I said, is this a conservator? Because I think that's what this is. Let's see. Conservator. But there's an E. So I think maybe that's not a O, that's a E. Conservateur. So the act or instance of curating or selecting. Okay. I know this is going to be the vibe for someone. I will probably destash this one during our Detroit Planner Association meeting, in August or September. It's just not me. That being said, this is me because I get what this is. This is part of the cloth and paper signature, and it's sort of slightly out of focus. I kind of like that. I kind of dig it. It also looks like a petal, a leaf, closed pair of eyeglasses, closed cartoon eye, a little blurred. I kind of like that. So this is really cool deco. So that would be nice. See, this is why I don't do unboxings. Let me move in a bit, just because the saying itself, maybe I'll just reserve a comment there. Out of the 3 cards, I really like these 2. Right, let's see what's next. The next that we have are, the stainless steel ruler, which is, for me, the hero item in this box. I really do love the cloth and paper rulers and metallic items. So this is something I've been watching people talk about, and so I'm prepared for the rough edges. I do think that this could have been filed down a bit better, like just touching it. I don't think it'll necessarily be, but it feels a little less, how can I put it? It feels a little less finished on the edges than the metal items we were receiving in 2024. Did we receive any in 25? I can't remember, but the 2024 items. That being said, 24 and 26 are not the same years, economics, etc. So I do like this. I think this is pretty neat. I wonder if there's a way to get this filed, or I'll be looking in the groups for how people are going to use this. Let me know in the comments how you are thinking about using this or dealing with the slightly roughened edge to the ruler. It gives it an industrial feel, that's for sure, which I feel all the stainless steel items generally have. So we'll put that over there. I'll move some of the plastic aside. All right, let's keep going. And my list dropped, so the next thing we have is the I think this is meant to be the hero item, the Clad cover set, and it is in personal wide. Let me just tell you, I have had so many people singing the praises of personal wide, and while I value that, I really, really do, because I did try out HP Mini last year, and then I went to campus, had it all fixed up for my fall, and realized that I am not an HP Mini person, because if you look at it, I just want you to consider, some of us do have bigger hands and bigger handwriting, but bigger hands. And so, especially with my long fingers, when I'm writing, you can kind of see, even when I knew I had this pen out for some reason. As I'm writing, it's yeah. So let me spotlight just so you can see what's what. We go to center stage. So yeah, this is the cloth and paper Clad metallic cover. There were some people who thought that perhaps there would be a plastic backing or something on it, and I don't think so. None of their other metal items since I've become an Intention Box subscriber in Legend have had that. There are some little subtle scratches. I am not, no one told us we have to peel it, but I plan on going to the workshop. I'll be coming back for my family reunion, so we'll just see. And of course, this is how you set it up. So I think this is great. I think that the rings like this are meant for folks who aren't going to be moving in and out of a planner so very much. So we're going to put this together. I disagree with some of those who said that this didn't feel very luxe. I think it's nice. Is it my style? No. Do I know what I'm going to use it for? No. Do I think I'm going to go into personal wide all of a sudden? No. It'll be cool to have. And we'll just see. We'll just see. All right, so I've set it up. I don't want to close the wings because, of course, we know that there are items to put in here. So we will see. So the next thing we have is the Mise en Scène dashboard. I am pronouncing that so terribly because, again, it's in French. And I think we're meant to use this as sort of an inside cover. So let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to take the plastic off and discard it because, you know, I'm just going to set this thing up. Why not? Okay. All right. Here we are. So, all right. So here's what we have. Mise en Scène. The arrangement of scenery and stage properties in a play, photo, or art piece. Okay, my French is terrible, but you know, I didn't sign up for French when I just signed up to get a good planner. All right, and if we want to look at it, I don't mind taking it off for a minute. This is what the inside looks like. Right. Yeah, this really... Oh no, is it? Is there plastic on? I don't think there's any plastic on this. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Anyway. Again, I'm not so precious or particular about that, but you know, it's an interesting choice. And I do get why they went for this for us. Personally, I would have loved an A5 since that's where I'm going this fall, but you know. Or even personal wide for those in smaller sizes, A5 for those of us in the 3 bigger. But again, you know, when you're buying things at scale, then you have to make certain choices. All right, the next thing that we have is the punched sticker sheet, which is, let's see, sample sticker sheet and personal wide, 72 stickers. All right, let's unbox that or unwrap, not unbox. I am unboxing. I have unboxed. So I'm so sad that I don't have my background music anymore. So some of you wrote me and said that it was distracting. I thought it was fine, especially if it was down low. And I noticed that those videos got lots of engagement, so not sure. All right, so here's what we have. We have Apollo, which is a very dark blue. We have some stickers, so those are the spotlight stickers in Apollo, dark blue. Then we have square stickers in Cafe Noir. We have arrow stickers in Nori, which is their olive green in-house. And then we have dot stickers in Concrete, which is a very light gray. So this is what everything looks like on paper. I'm not going to take them off of the paper. I bet there are some unboxing videos that do that, but yeah, I don't think that I will do so. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. And highlight. Okay, the next is the open notes insert. So, you know, just a general notebook. One use that some folks were saying they would, once the box contents were revealed, one use that people thought of was, hey, why not have this as a recipe book? If you put it in your kitchen, then you can just do recipes with them. So I just thought, okay, let me see. Here we are. So these are the open note inserts. personal wide, and they give you a nice pack of them. You get 90 pages, 45 sheets, so that's substantial. Generally, we don't get packs of items that are this substantial. So what I think is going to happen is that people who like this format are going to purchase them in their size. So listen, it's it's marketing. It's all about marketing. So they're going to let us try them out in a different size, and perhaps some people will want to invest in a personal wide system, and other folks will want to just get this in their preferred size. So we'll see. I really, because I do mostly writing, not a lot of drawing or diagramming, I think I'm good. So I think this is how we're meant to set it all up. So let's get this going. And if you notice, I put the sample page at the back. I generally do that with my inserts, just so I do like how their product team shows you ways that can be used. So this is something that some people absolutely love. Again, this is generally if you're not planning to go in and out of the binder so much. So yeah, so they gave us a little bitty planner. Kind of cool. I mean, I will say that the value of the box is still giving, especially because there is no way in the world, if you look at current prices, that we could get everything in this box for a full and entire $55 if you pay for month by month. I am in the $50 category because I go every 3 months, so I'm already on quarterly boxes. It'll be interesting to see whether or not the 3 boxes are the equivalent of the quarter. So remember I said, okay, I've been an Intention Box subscriber for 2 years as of this month, and I was definitely in honeymoon phase. I still love cloth and paper, and also one of the things I'm considering is putting together my August, September, and October box reviews. So that's the equivalent of 3 boxes. And that's what we're supposed to get in the November box. So August, September, October. So let me know in the comments whether or not you're excited about the upcoming changes, or whether you have some questions. All right, so the next that we have is the clear calendar cards. So I do think I moved that calendar card I moved the calendar card away. I do not have that in the box anymore. So that is the calendar card. It's on vellum and it's for October. I can't believe it. I thought I put it back in the box. That's weird. Did it fall? No, I don't see it anywhere. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. So I do have the August calendar card. Let me see if I can grab it from underneath what you can't see. Yeah, there's some stuff you can't see here. So this is the calendar card for next month. It's for August, but generally we get 2 calendar cards ahead. One suggestion I would give, and I know some people would disagree, I don't have to get the calendar cards one by one. It would be really nice to get a full set of calendar cards in that November intention box. I repeat, give us a full set of 2027 calendar cards in that 3-month November intention box. This way we can set up things for the year. We have our stash. We can put things together the way we like. Okay, just a suggestion. Okay, let me put that aside. So anyway, we got a card for October that looked just like that. All right, and then finally we have our monthly pen set. It's really a pencil set, so they should say monthly writing tools. But, that's me being a little nitpicky, and I feel like I I don't want to do that. Cloth and paper, you know, generally they are one of the best values that we have in planning still. So, all right, this is a little difficult to open today. Usually with the pens, it pops right open, but maybe it's just me. Maybe my hands are getting dry again. Ah, there we are. I had to get it. So I'm super happy that they gave us some Blackwing pencils. This is nice, and congratulations, they did. This definitely was a special order from Blackwing. So we have both the compass directions or the geolocation of cloth and paper, and then we have there is luxury and simplicity. And we have both a white and a black pencil. And I just, their colors are black and white. And so I think that's really cool. The only thing to do there is, let me see if I think I have a couple of my Blackwing's Essentials pencils here. So let me go grab them. They're right they're right behind me. So here are some of the Essentials pencils. My favorites are the silver pencils with the pink erasers. I'm trying to remember what the size of those are, but let's see how these stack up. And yeah, they're same size. Everybody knows about how their eraser sort of holders are flat so your pencils don't roll off the desk. And yeah, so this is cloth and paper Blackwing, and congratulations to them, because I think this is going to be really good. So I'm going to definitely sharpen these, use them, put them into regular rotation. And it's pretty cool because I have a pencil box for them and they can go right in. I really like that. The ASMR of it all. We had no idea what ASMR was before social media. So there we are. Let's see. If I were to give this box a rating between 0 and 5 stars, maybe if I'm going to do these reviews, maybe I should start giving them ratings. I think I would give this a 4.1 or 2, something like that. You're getting a good value. If you look at current prices for buying all of these things individually, this would definitely be $50. Like, you can't, I know some people are going to Temu, showing a nurse's chart, showing this. You know what, please, if you really are looking for curated items and putting them all together, you could not get this for the same expense. However, given the times and how expensive things are, it is the case that planners, journalers, folks who have been with cloth and papers and tension boxes over the years are going to be looking at the value for the next, once this change happens in 3 months. Are we getting 3 months worth of material in that quarterly box? I have to say that I was subscribed to quarterly boxes from another company, not the one you're thinking of, not Archer and Olive. I've never done their quarterly boxes because it's generally too much. That's another thing about this cloth and paper change. Will the quarterly boxes feel overwhelming for folks, especially really busy people? But I felt that I think that box was $75 or something. And I wanted to support, but for what we were paying, we were not getting the box's value. So for the $150, I think people are going to want to see something that is the planning, journaling, stationery, and writing tool equivalent of their discontinued aesthete box. So they had a lifestyle box that I only got the very last one of before they discontinued it last spring, because I was new to the brand. And I felt as if we got the box's worth there. So it'll be really interesting to see what we get in November. I do want to close with their own announcement that they did put in the July box. And let's zoom in one last time so you can see what they have. Built to be more than a box, the Intention box is evolving into a more immersive quarterly experience beginning November 2026. Your monthly boxes will continue through October. The first quarterly box arrives in November with a more expansive format designed to support an entire season of planning, reflection, and ritual. Think deeper product intention, more room to use what you receive, and a box designed to feel like an event from the moment it arrives. More details will be shared soon. All right, cloth and paper. Thanks so much for this lovely July box. And we, your public and your customers, will be waiting to see what's next. Planner besties and busy bees, thank you for spending a little time with me today. Until the next time, be good, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and peace out. Bye.